of sharing the ancient Bengali, Vaishnava, and Sanskrit tradition all over the world. However, by Krishna's arrangement, his business failed, and he ended up in his 50s as a renounced but impoverished monk living in the holy city of Vrindavan. So Srila Prabhupada was very blissful, although his efforts to teach Krishna consciousness in English were not received very well in India. So miraculously, he had a casual conversation with a man that he scarcely knew. And he said, "Yes, I would like to go to America and teach Krishna consciousness." So this man said, "Yes, I will ask my son to sponsor you." So it was such a casual exchange that Srila Prabhupada forgot all about it, until a few months later he got a letter in the mail from the Indian government saying, "We have no objection for you going." So then he realized this casual conversation had borne fruit, and this man who he did not know in America was willing to sponsor him for 30 days. So there were more challenges, but eventually Srila Prabhupada managed to secure passage on a cargo freighter from Calcutta to New York. This was courtesy of a wealthy business magnate named Sumati Morarji, who was the first female head of a shipping company in India. So she appreciated the Swami and said, "Yes, all right, I'll give you a passage." But she said to him, "You're 70 years old, and I think you're just going there to see America." And Srila Prabhupada said, "No, I have my mission from my spiritual master." And so he went. It was a very difficult journey. I'm going to ask, do we need these lights on? I'm sorry? Would you be kind to turn them off? They're giving me a religious experience here. So, that's okay. So, on this journey to America, which began in approximately 60 years ago, it was 60 years ago this month that Srila Prabhupada boarded this freighter and sailed. And at that time, his health, he had never been out of India. He was 70, not in great health. On the way, the listing of the ship and the new environment caused him to suffer a heart attack. Not once, but twice. And there was no doctor aboard, there was no medical care. So he simply stayed in his room and prayed to Lord Krishna. "If this is your desire, I will die here. At least I am trying to fulfill my spiritual master's order." Then he had a dream. And in that dream, he saw Lord Krishna rowing the boat. And he felt, now Krishna has taken charge of this ship. So the captain of the ship, whose name was Captain Pandey, he later commented, "I have never seen the Atlantic so calm as was on this trip. Would you please come back with us so we can have another calm passage?" But Srila Prabhupada declined. Srila Prabhupada had 40 rupees with him, and he did not know anyone in America, but he was very determined to follow this order of his guru, to teach Krishna consciousness in English. So after this difficult journey, they finally reached Boston Harbor. It was September 17th, 1965. And Srila Prabhupada was 70 years old. The Captain Pandey said, "Come, I'll show you around." So he disembarked there in Boston, and the two of them went around to see Prabhupada's first glimpse of America. So when he saw what America was like, he attained a different impression than the one he had held. He had expected that in America, everyone would be very rich. There would be no poverty. Everything would be very clean and organized. And it was not at all like that. He saw dirt, he saw poverty, he saw chaos, he saw cars rushing around, and he was shaken. So after stepping off the boat in Boston, he returned to the ship and sat down and wrote this poem which we're going to sing. This is our bhajan for this evening. The title of this bhajan is Markine Bhagavat Dharma. Does anyone here speak Bengali? That's good because I don't either, so we're equal. Okay. Markine Bhagavat Dharma means teaching bhakti yoga in America. So, Markine meaning America. So when he wrote this poem, I would just like you to try to put yourself in his position. No money, in a strange land, with nothing but a trunk full of books that he had translated, and nothing but his faith in Krishna, that somehow he was here by Krishna's desire. So before we sing, I just want to tell you a little more about what happened. Is that all right? So he went to this remote town in Pennsylvania where he had a sponsor. He kind of learned a bit about America. After his 30 days were up, he went on his own to New York City. And there in New York City, he was invited to stay at an ashram of another yogi who did not think very much of him, but he would let him sing. He wouldn't let him speak, but he let him sing. And so from there, he managed to get a little room, and he was continuing writing and teaching whoever was interested. And then, after a year of struggle, obscurity, poverty, he managed to find a storefront where he set up shop and began teaching classes regularly. From that little storefront, a little temple and community developed. And from the one in New York, then he went to San Francisco and did the same thing, then to Montreal, and then slowly, slowly it began to proliferate all over the world. He was only with us for 10 years, 11 years I should say, and in 1977, at the age of 81, he left this world. But before he did, he had traveled the world 14 times, setting up centers all over North America, in South America, in Africa, in India, in the Far East, in Australia, New Zealand. This humble, sincere, empowered Swami just completed this miraculous prophecy from his childhood and opened 108 centers all over the world. Now, he was also prophesied to become one of the richest men in India, but he was impoverished. And after these few years, he found that the society he started was acquiring buildings like this one in major cities around the world so that people could come together and perform kirtan and practice bhakti yoga. So although he didn't personally own anything, the society he started developed this worldwide network of temples. So on one occasion, after some years, and he was in Calcutta, a minister from the West Bengal government came. John Katik Bosch, what's his name? I believe Dr. Bosch. Anyway, this gentleman came and said, Swamiji, I have just been to South India and seen this amazing guru. He was amazing. Right before my eyes, he manifested an apple from his palm. I saw it with my own eyes. It was a miracle. So Srila Prabhupada sat for a moment, then he said, when I came to America, I had 40 rupees and a pair of kartals. I began chanting. And then young people started coming, and we opened a temple, and then we opened another temple. He said, now, anywhere in the world that I go, I have a big house. a big temple. And living in this house are servants, American and European servants. And they are working for no pay. Servants, houses, temples, and in every temple there are so many apples. So, what is manifesting one apple? So Srila Prabhupada did indeed become a worldwide figure, influential figure, only by teaching the same thing that he taught when he was an impoverished single monk in Vrindavan. So this is the future, but at the time this was written, none of that had manifested. All he had done is managed to struggle to get to America and seen the incredible materialism that influenced the country. So this poem he wrote, again, after getting back on the boat for the trip to New York, expresses the heart of someone who has entirely put their trust in God. And that's why it is pertinent for each and every one of us in our own spiritual journey. So we'll sing this in a call and response fashion, if you would. You kindly, Vishaka, you will please manage the slides. So we'll sing the Bengali first for each of these 10 or 12 verses, and then we'll sing the English, again, call and response. Is that all right? Boro Kripa Koile Krishna Adamer Prati Kila Gyani Leta Koro Ebigati. My most dear and kind Lord Krishna, though I don't know why, you have brought me to this place to act as you decide. Ache Kichu Karjataba Anumane Nahi Keno Aniben Ugrastane. Surely you have business here that I don't understand. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this awful land? Rajastamo Gunera Sabayachana Vasudev Kataruchi Nahe Se Prasana. People here enjoy their bodies, living in the modes. How can they see Krishna? Talk will satisfy their soul. Tabe jadi taba kripa hoya hoy tuki sakali sambhava hoy tumi se kautuki. You are most compassionate, the transcendental mystic. Therefore the impossible will soon be realistic. Bhave bujhale tara bhuje se rasa eta kripa puro prabhu kori nija bhasha. How will they learn how this bhakti rasa benefits them? Only by your mercy could I possibly convince them.
How will they learn how this bhakti rasa benefits them? Only by your mercy could I possibly convince them.
Taba ichcha hoi jadi Tadira udar Buchibe nishai tabe Kata se tomar. Please relieve these fallen souls, for if you so desire, they will gain the insight from your words that they require.
Please relieve these fallen souls, for if you desire, they will gain the insight from your words that they inquire.
Kikore bujhabo kata baro secha ik shudra ami hina hina kono shakti nahi.
Kikore bujhabo kata baro secha shudrami hina hina kono shakti nahi.
How can I persuade them, being fallen and alone? Only you can do it. I am helpless on my own.
How can I pursue them, being fallen and alone? Only you can do it. I am helpless on my own.
Atacha enecho Prabhu Kata boli bare je tomar icha Prabhu koro e bare.
Atacha nijo Prabhu, kata boli pare, je tomar icha Prabhu, koro e pare.
Somehow, Lord, you brought me here to teach them about you. My success or failure now will happen as you choose.
Somehow, Lord, you brought me here to teach them about you. My success or failure now will happen as you choose.
Akila Jagat's Guru Bachana Seya Mar Alankrita Koribar Shamata Tomar.
Akila Jagada Guru, Bachana Seyamar, Alankrita Koribara, Shamata Tomar.
Guru of the universe, I simply speak your words. If you energize my speech, your message will be heard.
Guru of the universe, I simply speak your words. If you energize my speech, your message will be heard.
By your mercy, everything. Sorry. Taba kripa hale more. Kata shudha habe. Shuniya sabara shoka. Dukkha je guchi be.
Taba kripa halimon, katha shuddha have, suniya sabara shoka, dukkha je kuchive.
By your mercy, everything I say will grow more pure. Then their miseries will vanish. Of that I am sure.
By your mercy, everything I say will grow more. Then their miseries
Tava Aniyacho Jadi Prabhu Amare Nachate Nachao Nachao Prabhu Nachao Semate Kastera Putali Jata Nachao Semate
Aniya Chojadi Prabhu Amare Nachate Nachao Nachao Prabhu Nachao Semate Kashtere Putari Jata Nachao Semate.
I'm your dancing puppet, Lord, if dancing is required. Make me dance, yes, make me dance, and dance as you desire.
I'm your dancing puppet, Lord, if dancing is required. Make me dance, yes, make me dance, and dance as you desire.
Bhakti nahi Veda nahi Name Kubdaro Bhakti Vedanta Nam Ebe Sartakoro
Bhakti nai Veda nai Name Kubadaro Bhakti Vedanta nam Ebe Sartakoro.
I lack Bhakti and Vedanta, still I have strong faith. Only you can manifest the purport of my name.
I lack Bhakti and Vedanta, still I have strong faith. Only you can manifest the purport of my name.
I lack Bhakti and Vedanta, still I have strong faith. Only you can manifest the purport of my name.
I lack Bhakti and Vedanta, still I have strong faith. Only you can manifest the purport of my name.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
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 Nityayor Haribo, 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 Haribo.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nityayor Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Gaur Premanandi Bo. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So may I have the slide control, please? I'd like to go back and talk about a couple of these verses briefly, and then we'll have some discussion if anyone has some reflections or comments. So Srila Prabhupada immediately saw this was an Ugrasthana, a horrible place, and very courageously said, Krishna, you must have some business for me here. These people are all in the modes. This is not an enlightened part of the world. It is a very ignorant part of the world where people are very materialistic. So it's impossible. How can I convince them? He said that when I got off the boat, I didn't know whether to turn right or left. And then he said later that I thought if I tell these people to be vegetarians and to stop drinking, they will say, you please go home. But anyway, Krishna, it's impossible, but let me try. So he understood that it was Krishna alone who could make it possible. So that was the main thing I would like to just communicate from this. How helpless he was, how dependent on Krishna he was, and how confident ultimately he was that if it was Krishna's desire, people would come to appreciate his transcendental message. So, thank you very much for sharing these words. We're actually singing Prabhupada's original words and their meanings. I hope that you enjoyed this. Now, would anyone like to share some reflections, some questions, any thoughts? Okay, do we have a microphone we could pass around? Go ahead, Vishak. And then Dina Tarani.
I like the translation of the last and the second last paragraph. There is a line where you translated that only you can write the purport of my name. Yes, only you can manifest the purport of my name. This is really amazing because at many times, I mean, working outside or doing any devotional service, people can actually feel lost about their value, but it's actually on Lord how He can use you as an instrument and how your name can actually become something that is like He's manifesting the purport of your name, the meaning of your name, your value in existence.
Can you explain for anyone who might not know, what is the meaning of Bhakti Vedanta?
One who has learned the essence of all
Well,
bhakti.
let's say,
Vedantas?
what is Bhakti? I think you know. Yeah, I got you. So, bhakti means devotional service to Krishna, which is a joyous, you could say, emotional expression of love in spirituality. And Vedanta means knowledge. So, in fact, Vedanta means the end of knowledge. Amta means end. So this name, Bhakti Vedanta, is a beautiful combination. It is spirituality, or you could say religion, together with philosophy. And it's said that if you have religion without philosophy, then it's sentiment or fanaticism. But if you have philosophy without religion, then it's just mental speculation. So together, religion or spirituality and philosophy, this is the perfect combination. So he was given this name, Bhakti Vedanta, because of his great scholarship. But he's saying, I don't have bhakti, I don't have Vedanta, but I do have faith that Krishna, you can make anything possible. Okay, thank you. Dina Tarni, you would like to?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So while we were singing this, as you mentioned, who here knows Bengali? I also don't. So I couldn't understand without the English translation. And while we were singing the English translation, it made me very emotional, mainly because I've heard of Srila Prabhupada's story. I've read about it a bunch of times, but every time I read about it, it tugs at my heart because of all that he did at that age. At 70 years old, I cannot imagine. I am 21 and my back hurts. I cannot imagine. I can't wake up for Mangalarti sometimes, and it's so difficult to just be myself and go about my activities, which are quite normal. I cannot imagine what it is to be 70 years old and going across the world on a ship and getting 2 heart attacks on the way, and writing this. You know, if you've brought me here, there must be some business. I have some business here, that's why you brought me here. So make me dance as you wish. It just touches your heart like nothing else can.
Beautiful, thank you for sharing that. Yes. That sense of being helpless is something, regardless of our age or our situation in life, if we have this knowledge from Srila Prabhupada's life and his teachings, that we are all just puppets in Krishna's hands. And the question is whether we will be cooperative or uncooperative, whether we'll dance as he likes or we'll try to dance in our own way. And Krishna never forces. Yatechasi tata kuru. At the end of the Gita he says, you do whatever you like. I've explained everything, now you do what you wish. As the puppet master, he could easily make us do this and that, but that would be force and not love. So bhakti, love, means voluntarily putting ourselves in Krishna's hands, however sore our backs may be. All right, thank you. Any other comments, reflections? Anyone like to share? Amala Harinam Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. It was a really wonderful song. I actually have a question, not reflection, but it was more like whenever I see Srila Prabhupada, he's just glorifying Krishna, talking about Krishna. And here, he's also praying to Krishna. I think I've been practicing Bhakti Yoga since 2 years now. Not a long time, but still, I find it hard to go to Krishna when I'm industrious. I would rather prefer to go to Srila Prabhupada, but it's so hard to remember Krishna at that time. Even this time, I was just wondering how can somebody be so much in love with Krishna, or with us, rather I say, because he was doing everything for ourselves. And then I was just meditating on the fact that it is not the same for me at all. So how do we make sure that we go to Krishna? What do you personally do?
Srila Prabhupada said that our connection with Krishna is through service. Service is the most congenial form of intimacy. And he said that you cannot help but think of somebody if you're serving them. You cannot help but love someone if you're serving them. If you don't love them, you will not continue serving. So if we are serving and we engage ourselves in his service according to our situation, then that is an act of love, regardless if we have come to the stage, like Srila Prabhupada, of loving Krishna unconditionally and constantly. You understand? So we can act in the right way, just as an intern in a hospital. He's learning how to perform surgery. The expert surgeon is there showing him, now you do this, now you do this. So he may not have the full knowledge and expertise, but under the right guidance, he's doing the right thing. So in the same way, Srila Prabhupada gave us this means to connect with Krishna through service. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 12th chapter, Krishna describes that is the highest perfection of life, to just love God unconditionally. But if he says, if you can't do that, then follow the rules and regulations of Bhakti Yoga. Practice, because that will bring you to the stage of love. But if you don't want to practice Bhakti Yoga, then just work for me. How do we work for Krishna? Well, if we have a job, we go to work, we offer the fruits of our work to Krishna by making our home into a temple, by raising a Krishna-conscious family, by contributing to the temple, by using our time to hear and chant. We offer our work to Krishna. But then he says, if you can't do that, then work for some charity, because that will bring you more peace of mind than just meditating. So in this way, Krishna is very accepting, and he allows us to enter into a relationship with him according to where we're at. If we are practicing bhakti seriously, then we're serving Krishna all the time. We learn how to offer our work to Krishna, our family to Krishna, our life to Krishna, without really changing anything other than the reason why we are doing it. Just as in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is a warrior, and at first he doesn't want to fight, because it's not worth it to him to win the kingdom at the cost of his loved ones. And then Krishna says, that's not why you're fighting. You're fighting because this is the right cause. You're fighting because this is my desire. And if you fight for me, then you're automatically detached from the results. That is the difference, the consciousness. So Arjuna then was, okay, well for you I will fight. So when he turned his fight to service to Krishna, then he was successful. But Krishna never forced him. He doesn't force us to serve. Otherwise it's not really service. It's slavery. Right? He doesn't force us. He gives us that option. So we just choose the option to serve Krishna to the best of our ability, to please him. Tesham satata yuktanam. He gives us the knowledge by which we can come closer to him. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhajan Night ki jai. I don't have any more ready. I don't have it ready, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I don't have any other bhajan. You have him. Can you get it up? Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to have these bhajans tonight. Boy, Amala Harinam, he is really serving with energy. Please share something, please.
So Prabhu, I think Prabhupada haven't had the first-hand experience until he reached the Boston. He might have heard about the Western countries, but this is the first time I think he's seeing the Western country and people in general, and what they do, and what are their activities, things like that. So I think he's also having he's actually shocked by seeing how the Western countries are, and he's writing that how these people are in modes of passion and ignorance only. So we can see that how, even though he's feeling disappointed in a way, still he's asking for empowerment. He's asking Krishna that, oh, you please help me. So how do we develop this mood that when we are in distress, when we feel very low, down, we go and ask for help rather than just being there and cursing our life or cursing ourselves.
To curse our life, as you say, is the mode of ignorance. To feel like we're no good, that's the mode of ignorance. Feel like we're the best person in the world, that's the mode of passion. The mode of goodness is to be happily insignificant. I'm insignificant, and that's a great way to be. And Krishna is amazing, and Krishna can do anything. Just like Srila Prabhupada, you can imagine, with nothing, he was prepared to serve Krishna. So what is our situation? Well, there's how many millions of people here in Toronto? Only 3? More? Anyway, several millions of people. And how many are coming to our temple? And it may seem like, how are we going to reach all these people? Just to get one person to take up Krishna consciousness seriously is so, it seems impossible. So it's very difficult. But imagine if Prabhupada came and said, oh, I've got a temple, I've got the deities, I've got devotees, I have books, you know, how much we have. So counting our blessings is one way. Just saying, and then recognizing that we're not the doer. So we have the right, as Krishna says in the Gita, we have a right to perform our service, but not to the fruits. So this is the proper meditation, to be in the mode of goodness, to realize that it is the endeavor that counts and not the result, and to think ourselves as insignificant servants of Krishna's servants. Yes, and then we can be, it's very nice that we don't have the big pressure of false ego to be something spectacular. We just have to do our service and be content like that. It's liberating. In the material concept of life, if you're not a big shot, it's like, oh, I haven't accomplished anything. See? But in spiritual life, even an insignificant service, Krishna takes it very seriously. Just like the Sudama Brahmin. He was very poor. His wife wanted him to go see Krishna and ask for some charity. He said, I have to bring something. So she gave him some cheap chipped rice in a little torn cloth to give to Krishna. But when Sudama arrived at Krishna's palace, it was so opulent and rich, he was too embarrassed to even imagine giving this insignificant gift. And then Krishna looked at him and said, did you bring something for me? And Sudama hesitated. And then Krishna started reaching in. Hey, you've got something in there. He reached in his cloth and, oh, you brought me this rice. And he opened and immediately started eating. And then Krishna's queen immediately said, wait, don't eat it all. You have to share it with others. So Krishna takes a little insignificant service and he makes a big deal out of it. So we can all offer some little insignificant service. Patram pushpam palam toyam. Leaf, water, a leaf, flower, fruit, or water. In springtime we can offer a leaf. In summertime we can offer a flower. In fall we can offer a fruit. And in winter we can offer water. Any time of year, they're always available. Okay. What's happening? Yes, we see there is a Prabhuji up there. Are those peacocks new? Beautiful. All right, so Amala Harinam is, we just need to find the, okay. Oh, finding the, okay, there he is. Hurry, Prabhu, hurry up. Okay, we're going to sing the prayers to the 6 Goswamis. Oh, okay. Okay, so the six Goswamis of Vrindavan were followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Lord Chaitanya was Krishna's most recent incarnation, 500 years ago. So these six Goswamis were very educated, wealthy individuals who left everything to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so Lord Chaitanya sent these wonderful disciples to the holy village of Vrindavan to excavate and uncover the holy places of Krishna's pastimes, which had taken place thousands of years earlier. In these prayers, their qualities and activities are all glorified. And although the prayer was written in Sanskrit, we're just going to sing in English. Always dancing and chanting Krishna's holy names in oceans of endless bliss. Everyone.
Always dancing and chanting Krishna's holy names in oceans of endless bliss.
Free from envy, they're loved and worshipped by all souls, the holy, crude, and distressed. Blessed by Chaitanya, they deliver to the world the mercy he has bestowed.
Blessed by Chaitanya, they deliver to the world the mercy he has bestowed.
Everyone together. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Diva Gopalako. Scrutinizing the scriptures expertly, they prove eternal reality.
Scrutinizing the scriptures expertly, they prove eternal reality.
Everyone in the three worlds offers praise to them while sheltering at their feet.
Everyone in the three worlds offers praise to them while sheltering at their feet.
They serve Radha and Krishna's lotus feet in bliss and love's astonishing mood.
They serve Radha and Krishna's lotus feet in bliss and love's astonishing mood.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Diva Gopalako. They know Gauranga's qualities and narrate them with great fulfillment and faith.
They know Gauranga's qualities and narrate them with great fulfillment and faith.
They pour Govinda nectar on conditioned souls who cleanse distress as they bathe.
They pour Govinda nectar on conditioned souls who cleanse distress as they bathe.
Liberation alone can't match the seas of bliss they bring to all fallen souls.
Liberation
Gopalakam, quickly leaving aristocratic social roles they had adopted before.
Leaving aristocratic social roles they had adopted before.
They donned loincloths and battered chose as simple clothes, and cared for comfort no more.
Donned loincloths and tattered quilts as simple clothes, and cared for comfort no more.
Then they swam in the ocean of the gopis' love, absorbed in its ebbs and flows.
Then they swam in the ocean of the gopis' love, absorbed in its ebbs and flows.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Rahuyago, Shri Diva Gopalako. Vrindavan, where the peacocks, cuckoo, swans, and cranes forever move through the air.
Vrindavan, where the peacocks, cuckoos, swans, and cranes forever move through the air.
Sheltered them under splendid trees with jeweled roots that grow abundantly there.
Sheltered them under splendid trees with jeweled roots that grow abundantly there.
Day and night they serve Radha Krishna in delight and shared life's ultimate goal.
Day and night they serve Radha Krishna in delight and shared life's ultimate goal.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Constantly they would sing the holy name and bow, their time consumed in that way.
Constantly they would sing the holy name and bow, their time consumed in that way.
Overcoming the urge to eat, sleep, and enjoy that fills up most of our days.
Overcoming the urge to eat, sleep, and enjoy that fills up most of our days.
Thoughts of Radha and Krishna's sweet and blissful ways enchanted these humble souls.
Thoughts of Radha and Krishna's sweet and blissful ways enchanted these humble souls.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago, Shri Jiva Gopalako. They appear to be mad, absorbed in love of God, with symptoms of ecstasy.
They appear to be mad, absorbed in love of God, with symptoms of ecstasy.
On the banks of the Jamuna or Radha Kund, or at the Vangsiva tree.
On the banks of Yamuna or at the Vamsiva tree.
They sang praises of Krishna's qualities with joy, no matter where they might go.
They sang praises of Krishna's qualities with joy, no matter where they might go.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Diva Gopalako. Shouting Radha, O Queen of Braja Lalita, O Nanda's mischievous son.
Shouting Radha, O Queen of Braja Lalita, O Nanda's mischievous son.
Where are you on the trees along Kalindi shore, or over on Govardhan?
Where are you in the trees along Kalindi shore,
Or over on Govardhan? Quite distressed with the pangs of separation's love, they cried aloud as they roamed.
quite distressed with the pangs of separation's love, they cried aloud as they roamed.
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Diva Gopalako. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyago Shri Diva Gopalako. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. Sad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Chor Gopinath ki jai. Sam Aveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premanandi. Hare Krishna. Thank you again.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Can you hear it for Prabhu and for all of us? Hare Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I personally can't thank you enough for the session. To be honest, we've read about how the Shada Goswamis and the recent bhajan that we all sang together was about the 6 Goswamis and other Goswamis from Vrindavan who sort of opened the path of devotion to all of us through their teachings and through these such bhajans. In fact, I'm extremely angry at these friends of mine who I've been living with since 6 months now, and they've never mentioned this book to me so far, because I just read it has English translations for such beautiful melodious bhajans, and it's written by, these translations are by our beloved Prabhu here, our Guru Maharaj. So I won't forgive you guys for hiding this, but if you want this book and such related books, please come to us. I'll be here, and I'll help you with this book. And for others, there's also a book that Prabhu has wrote which says, A God Who Dances, that's the title. That's another book you hid from me. And Bhagavad Gita, the rap of God. So such just amazing work that I feel like we all should have with us. We'll all enjoy it, I'm sure. And for this session, and for Srila Prabhupada's poetry that we sang together, for me, we'd heard about the struggles that he had to go through, but to sing it, it just hits you on a different level and makes you realize that he's saying he's not worthy, that he has no bhakti. And we may sometimes think that we've learned a few things because we memorized 2 verses. So thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for this session. Can we just, one more time, thank you, Prabhu, for his presence. And here's an invitation to all of you for tomorrow morning, 7:30, I think. 7:30, you can all be here in the temple hall. Please come, because there's a special ceremony happening. It's called an initiation ceremony, or traditionally called a Diksha. So, one of the young bhaktas, one of the bhakti yoga practitioners, I don't know if we can reveal, we can? Do you mind? Okay. our very beloved Jaya Prabhu will be going through an initiation tomorrow at 7:30. So, Haribol again. There's going to be a beautiful ritual here, and of course, Guru Maharaj will be initiating him into the process, and then he apparently will have a new name, so we can all, and a new identity, which is more important, right? So we'll be there. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Happy to sign on the books that you get, so if you want to please come. And we have some prasadam for all of us, which we'll be serving in this hall at 8:30. So please don't leave without taking prasad.